Abilities are an essential component of gears. Abilities are extremely diverse in the nature of what benefit they provide. They do all share certain characteristics. In this video, we will break those down. Abilities only provide benefits to the character that possesses them. Some abilities allow the character to share the effect with other players or select enemies. But what is being shared is the effect, not the ability itself. The strength of this effect is contingent on the ranks possessed in the ability by the character. The method of acquiring an ability or increasing the ranks possessed is discussed in the video about build points. Some abilities can negate another ability. This negates the effects for a time, but the character does not lose the ability or any ranks possessed in it. When a rank in any ability is acquired, the character gains a corresponding bonus. This may be an increase to an existing stat, increased success of certain actions, or a new action. This effect will be included in the rules section of the skill. As many abilities alter the effects of another ability or a derived stat, the affected things should be recalculated with a new value. A defining trait of abilities is that they always provide the character with an increased chance of success, cause their opponent to reduce the likelihood of their success. Because abilities are so very diverse, they often come with limits. The four major limits are tech level, location, prerequisites, subtraits, and cap limits. Subtraits are used with abilities that tend to share experience and physical requirements, but have independent knowledge pools. Art painting and art sculpting are examples. Tech levels impose negatives when used by someone not from that tech age. These negatives are small, for tech levels smaller than the character's tech age, and show the challenges of studying archaic fields. The negatives are quite significant when using an ability from a higher tech age. This shows that the challenges of knowing advanced materials. Often, players will avoid using skills from a more advanced age than the setting due to the severe penalties that make it prohibitive. Locations are seen in the realm, arena, and homeland fields. Most abilities do not have them, but some do. These are abilities that correlate to a very specific place. This can be learning Klingon, or being an American resident who learns Russian. Any ability affected by location traits on the ability not matching the location traits on the character gains a penalty. This penalty is small for when they just differ in homeland, like a German learning French. The penalty grows for people from vastly different areas, like an Aussie learning Chinese. The penalty becomes huge when the arena varies. This is similar to a Tolkien elf learning Dothraki. Each of these penalties are applied when relevant, making the total penalty from differing realms to be unmanageable and thus to be avoided. Prerequisites represent abilities that build on each other. An ability cannot be purchased unless it possesses the listed other abilities. If the ability lists ranks, the character must possess that many ranks minimally. The skill Public Speaking requires no prerequisites. The skill Communication Presentation requires Mathematics Basic, and the skill Convincing Argument. Cap limits are rarely used and often only found with combat abilities. Cap limits prevent the character from gaining a new rank unless they already possess ranks in the ability's cap limit equal to the listed ranks multiplied by the rank value the person wants. As an example, A character trying to purchase a 4th rank in Cat's Grace must already possess 8 ranks in the style Agility. Because there are so many different abilities, they are grouped with other similar abilities. These groupings are backgrounds, combat, mutations, skills, mystical and magical, backgrounds, and the 2 black sheep designated as environmental abilities and flaws. Backgrounds represent advantages gained from cultivating experiences and connections. Backgrounds are one of the simplest abilities, as they tend to be fairly straightforward. This is often how one gets default tokens or places to live. It also represents abilities generated by knowing people. Combat abilities are almost universally some bonus or action that affects combat. They often look cheap, but hide a dirty little secret in the hidden costs of styles. Styles are a unique category of abilities that provide nothing other than meeting the level caps for combat abilities. At first blush, this seems like a waste of build points when compared to mutations which do not have the same limitations. However, there is more to it than it seems. Characters with mutations have specialized, unique abilities. Learning to shoot light beams from the eyes does not help in gaining the ability to breathe fire. Styles reward you for focusing on abilities with shared physical and knowledge requirements. The cost of the style Agility feels cheaper as you possess more agility-based skills like Cat's Grace, Chi Innervation, and Defensive Stance, but helps none at all with Offensive Stance. As such, it represents characters' training in a combat form that focuses on certain ideologies instead of anything goes. Mutations are the most diverse of abilities. In fact, mutations has 5 further subcategories: biological, energy, matter, mental, and physiological. These represent advantages that are always active and are inherent to the character. A character with wings can fly unless damaged. A character that can see in the infrared can see heat signatures unless blind. Biological mutations are turned on and off by the player. Energy mutations are often supernatural manipulations of light and energy. Matter is supernatural control over matter and kinetic effects. Mental mutations are always on advantages to knowledge and mental manipulation. Physiological are always on advantages to physical values and action. Skills sound just like the name implies. These are talents gained through knowledge and practice. Example skills include mathematics, chemistry, English, dancing, painting, carpentry, engineering, piloting, and more. They have a listing of common actions they allow listed with the ability and further explained at the beginning of the section. Often, they provide information and a way to generate tokens. Almost always, the skills have a very narrow and specific opportunity for use of the advantage. As you listen to these videos, remember that the most important thing is to have fun. As such, I hope you choose to gear up.